Everyone, welcome back to Ever the Starter Story, and today I'm going to be talking about the Umbara arc, so let's go and jump right into it. First off, we know that the reason that General Corell gets put in the position, which I would like to say this about General Corell, I dislike him with a flaming passion. I do not like him at all. But we see that the reason he comes into play on Umbara is because Anakin is called away back to Coruscant, so we see that he goes and leaves Corell in charge. And we see that right before he leaves, Anakin is like, you'll not find a better soldier than Rex. And almost immediately, as soon as Anakin leaves, he starts insulting Rex. I'm like, okay, we're starting this off pretty bad. I'm like, okay, keep your mouth shut. And then we see that within the first 10 minutes, we lose so many good men. Like, what? Because Corell was reckless. And we see that over that episode that Fives is like, have you seen his death rates? They're really high. He has lost more men than anyone else. And we see that Fives is starting to be like, I'm not gonna just follow along blindly with his orders. No. And so we see that, and then we go on to see that Fives, Jesse, and Hardcase go on to break the orders that Corell gave them to stay on Umbara and not go worry about the ship that was supplying the Umbarans with more ammunition, more weapons, more Umbarans. We see that he is told to not do that. We see that they are told to stand down and not do that. What do? They do it anyway. And I thought that was really funny whenever they were told not to do that. And they do it anyway. And whenever they're like, well, how are we going to get rid of the ship? And we see that Fives is like, and I like how they threw this in there, how Fives is like, well, General Skywalker told me about something that he had done before, how he'd blown up a ship before he joined the Order, and I like how they did that. He blew up the ship over, he blew up the Separatist ship over, what was the planet called? Naboo. I like how they threw that in there, the fact that, and I like how they threw that in there and they used that. That was really cool to me. I thought that was awesome that they used that. That was just super cool. Seeing that thrown in there. But I do definitely like how they did that. I was super sad after, whenever they go up and they actually go in that ship, that it doesn't end up working out like they had planned. And so we see that Hardcase gets out of his and sacrifices himself to make sure the ship gets blown up. And that was like so sad to me whenever he was like, we live to fight another day, man. He tells Jesse and Fives that. I'm like, oh my word, that's so sad. I was like, because I really enjoyed Hardcase, so seeing that was like, that was really sad. And then seeing the fact that we about lost Jesse and Fives there too, was insane to me, because we see that Corell was just going to have them thrown in prison, but then Rex is trying to get them out of the situation, but Rex is trying to get them out of the situation, and we see that by Rex doing that, we see that Corell is like, okay, yeah, you're right. How about we just have them right now? And so he tells Rex to get, sorry if you hear anybody in the background, and so he's like, let's go ahead and just do this now. So he tells Rex to get a squad ready. I'm like, what? And we see that no one on the squad wants to do that. But they still go ahead and fire anyway. And none of them hit Jesse or Fives. Thank goodness. None of them hit Jesse or Fives. Thank goodness. I was really happy about that. I'm like, okay, phew. But we see that just because Corell said not to do it, Jesse didn't want to lose any more of his brothers. He wanted to make sure that they got Umbara under control. We see that Hardcase was the same way. So Hardcase risked his life, like sacrificed himself to make sure that they won, that they got Umbara. And we see that at the end they do, which was good. But I was really annoyed whenever Corell put the 501st up against the 212th and said that the Umbarans were dressing like clones. Be careful of that. I was so annoyed, especially because we lost Waxer and we lost so many good men. I was like, what? And then the fact whenever Rex goes to confront him, he was like, I was wondering how long it would take you to notice. Like, and then he finds it funny. I'm like, no. And then, thank goodness they get him thrown in the brig, and they were just gonna hold him there for the council, but we see that, I don't remember the clone's name, but we see that he ends up getting rid of him. Thank goodness, because we know that Corell wanted to be Dooku's next pupil, and I was like, I after what he did with after how he lost so many men in Umbara, how he put them up against each other, I was just like, no, nope, not doing it, not doing it. And I see, like, we definitely get to see Rex's personality come out more, that he is very much one that wants to follow the orders that he's given. Which I understand, but we see that over time during that arc, we see that he comes to realize that not all the orders that Corel are giving, that he's giving, are right. And we see that Fives the entire time just doesn't want anything to do with it. But that's my little rundown on the Umbara arc. Let me know what you guys think of Corel. Do you like him? Do you not? I personally don't, but that's just my personal opinion, so I'd love to hear what you guys' opinions are. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and as always, God bless.